name's Shreya.
Nice to meet you, Shreya. I'm Leo.
I'm Jolan.
I'm Derek.
Nice to meet you.
And we're going to have a conversation today about three topics: climate change, recycling, and clean water and air. I remind you, but at any moment you can look behind you and you can see visual aids.
That's right.
Yes.
Right.
So the first question I want to ask you guys is, what do you know about climate change?
What I know about climate change, it's what I believe in I do believe it is true, and I believe that it is what is causing an increase in the temperature by a couple degrees, that is causing an increased activity in tropical storms and variability in weather.
Yeah, I also believe in climate change. It's been happening more so recently than in the past. As Jolan said, the temperature of the Earth is rising, which is resulting in the ice caps melting and other things.
Right, I believe it's true, and I think it's just like the Earth's getting warmer, and it's what's been causing the 50-degree February we just had.
Shreya, what do you know about climate change?
What I know about climate change is not too extensive, but what I do know is I definitely do think it's a thing, and I definitely do think humans cause it as well. And it has very disastrous effects. And actually, one of my next questions is to lead directly into that. One of the worst things about climate change is there's going to come a point where we cannot reverse it, right? Where we set a path of a slippery slope. As the climate gets warmer, one of the main ways Earth cools is by reflecting light, right? By reflecting the sun's rays through the polar ice caps. And as ice melts, less heat is reflected, which makes it warmer, more ice melts, and it's a very dangerous loop.
It's also due to the rise in the greenhouse effect, and the fact that water vapor is a very good insulator, much so than carbon CO2 emissions. But as water evaporates and gets warmer, it gets harder and harder to regulate this human-caused air.
Exactly. And so one of the things the Paris Climate Accord wanted to combat that and take a very bold step in reducing human carbon emissions. Do you guys know anything about that?
I know that almost everyone took part of it, and it was an initiative to reduce the total CO2 emissions into a place where we would no longer be at the point in 2 years where we would reach the point of no return, so that we get to a point where we could switch to preferably clean renewable energies, but doesn't cause this disastrous effect on the world. Only a few countries have not partook into taking part, have not taken part in the climate accords, mostly because they are not part of the UN. But the only country that has dropped out is the United States.
That's right.
What are your thoughts on the U.S. dropping out?
I think it was a bad idea. Seemed like a great stride towards reversing the effects that we've done to the Earth, and backing out was a poor decision on the U.S. government's hand.
I don't think it was the right decision to make, because even though that alone wouldn't stop the climate change, but it would help delay it and then give us more time to think of better ideas.
Yeah, I do believe that it was a terrible idea. I also believe that it's going to have to be to the younger generation to fix this problem, mostly because anyone who's in charge right now is most likely going to be dead when these effects are going to be really important.
Yeah, that is the thing. There's a lot of arguments about, oh, why should I care? I'm going to die before any of this actually gets worse. So what would you say to someone who would say something like that?
Just because you're going to die doesn't mean that we should have to suffer.
Yeah, your children, someone in your family most likely has children, and you probably have children, and they're going to have to deal with all the CO2 emissions that you put in, and the fact that you as a human being hasn't taken part and tried to make this better is terrible, and shame on you.
Shame to
yeah,
yourself.
shame.
I think that like they said, your children would be affected, and like everyone else would be, and like you should have some like empathy for other people. Just that like, the whole population is gonna have to deal with it, and one person may not be much, but if everybody says that, then nobody's gonna do it. And we need a lot of people to help fix this problem.
Yeah, that produces the most dangerous chemicals that are released into the air for air quality. Or it really comes down to it, shutting down those factories.
People think that it's they call it global warming, which to them means like it's going to be warmer, but that you should really call it climate change instead, because it means there's going to be like high heats and low colds.
Increased variability in temperatures. Okay, our second question is, do you think it's our responsibility to fix climate change, and or was it our responsibility, it was climate change because of human actions?
I definitely think it's because of human actions. It's the results of pollution and poor waste management and CO2 emissions and greenhouse gas emissions. There's only so much that the average person can do to sort of prevent climate change. It's our responsibility just as much as, but it is our responsibility just as much as it is like the bigger coal companies and those who export more greenhouse gases than we do.
I definitely believe that it was because of humans, because of adapting really fast. That's when it happened, and people were careless about it. So, as the people who caused it, or like the same species, we need to fix it. So, and that could be like anybody, or from like people just in their family to entire countries, and everybody needs to do the best they can to fix it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the cause of humans, and the increase in fossil fuel emissions over the past few years, or the past few decades, has been really dangerous to the environment. And I know it's especially bad because at a certain point all of these effects are going to become irreversible. Because as coal and other greenhouse gases are emitted, it makes Earth's capability to cool itself down even more handicapped. So like for example, the polar ice caps, as Leo was mentioning, are melting at an unprecedented rate. Ice is very reflective, and because of that, it reflects a lot of energy back up into the atmosphere for it to get dispersed. But as more ice melts, less energy gets reflected, meaning more ice melts because there's more energy absorbed. And it leads to a loop of eventual irreversibility.
It definitely is a problem that humans need to take care of, but we need to achieve this before the point of no return, where no human interactions could help save the planet as it careens towards total annihilation.
Right, and I think there was a certain couple of accords that were trying to fix that. You know about that?
Yeah, the Paris Climate Accords were a worldwide initiative to help save the climate. However, almost every single country has joined these accords, and only the United States has dropped out.
Do you think it was right for the United States to drop out?
No.
Yeah, personally, I don't. Hannah, what do you think about the decision to drop out?
I think it makes it so that they don't have to be responsible or accountable for destroying our environment and killing lots of people too in the process.
It's very insightful.
Well then, that's all we have the time for today before we literally freeze or the
Yeah.
geese over there attack us. So we'll see you all later.
Tell us in the comments how many